Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well because today we're talking about music, and today we are back with another massive record haul. You might remember a while back I came across an already massive record haul. Well, it didn't stop there. There was more. There were more treasures to uncover, and which is great. When I looked through that record pile the first time, there was stuff I had to leave behind just for storage and transportation purposes, but there's been no other takers. So I'm slowly picking away at kind of what's left, finding what's there. I think I got some real treasures this time. Some of it is stuff I did know from before and just didn't bother to take. I felt like I was taking too much, needed to leave some more. And some of it is artists I've heard a lot, either in my life as a music fan or just since kind of being more involved here on YouTube. So I'm really excited to go through it, share what I got with all of you. We're going to start with a few compilations, a few best ofs. So we're going to start with the best of Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. This is actually a great set. It's one LP, but I'll show off the back. You got a lot. Obviously, you've got all their hits, but there's a lot there. Sometimes you'll get these kind of single LP releases, and they're 5 tracks aside, something like that. They're kind of not super great, but this one's good. It's got tons of their hits. I'm excited for this one. Next up, greatest hits from the Commodores. There we go. Now this is actually one of those not too many hits. There we go. Lionel Richie there. It's all blurry. That's okay. There we go. Yeah, this one we've only got five tracks aside. So we're leaving some stuff off. This is one I just gave a listen to. This is the best of Loving Spoonful. I got 6 tracks aside. This came out 67, so close to the end of their career. Obviously, you've got their Do You Believe in Magic? You got Daydream. I will say the song that I really enjoyed was Night Owl Blues. That was a good one. I think their general brand of sunshine pop, maybe not really my thing, but a couple of the tracks that are more country rock inspired or blues rock inspired, like that one. That's more my spoonful, I suppose you could say. All right, done with the best ofs. I think there could be more. Last time I showed off one Van Morrison album. We got a couple more. We have Hard Nose the Highway. I will say too, I'm going to be showing these off not in the proper order that they were released in. Potentially, some of them I know for a fact are not Van Morrison. Maybe these are in order. I could not tell you. Saint Dominic's Preview by Van Morrison. Pretty cool cover. Right there. Again, Van Morrison, an artist, don't know too much about, so I'm actually really excited to get into it. I gave just a couple streams, actually. I haven't even listened to a lot of these yet, and I really enjoyed it. So there we go. Excited for these two. I'm pretty sure this is out of order. We're going to start with Get Close by the Pretenders. Got a lot of their hits on here. Well, a couple of their hits on here. Show off the back. And then we're gonna, what does that got to pair up with? Of course, it pairs with Learning to Crawl. The big hit back on the chain gang, of course. So, next up, I listened to this one while doing the dishes. I will say something about being in the kitchen and jazz music just works. Whether tidying up, doing the dishes, whether you're cooking a nice meal, jazz is the way to go. So this is actually a German import by the Oscar Peterson Trio. Walking the Line. I gave this a listen. Really enjoyed it. Potentially Canada's most famous jazz pianist. I don't think that's outlandish to say. And then speaking of that, by the Oscar Peterson Trio, the Canadiana Suite. Haven't listened to this one yet. Another thing I love about jazz records, you always get these really cool and in-depth write-ups. I like it a lot. Some more jazz. I just on the name alone and kind of the way it looked, I thought this was jazz fusion. Gave it a couple just streaming kind of click-throughs. It's not, it's just kind of boppy jazz. This is, let me read this off actually. Toshiko Akiyoshi Lu, Tabakin Big Band, the album Insights, which is, side one, you've got a few kind of standard length tracks, Studio J, Transients, and Sumi. Side two, there was a totally 21-minute piece, Minamata. So that's pretty cool. And again, you got your right up there. It's really cool. I love it. This is an artist I was going to take. My fiance said, no, take it all. So I'm positive these are out of order. This is Linda Ronstadt. We're going to start with Simple Dreams. There we go there, and then you got the back. Yeah, I wish I knew the order. Linda Ronstadt, Batten, Hasten down the wind. There, back. And it's like, what are the hits I should be looking out for? I don't know. But I'm going to give it a listen. I actually kind of looked on written music for a lot of these because I gave one of these a spin. I was like, this can't be her style of music. It doesn't make sense. And it's not. There's two albums here. This is out of order. Actually, I'll put these in order. So we'll do this one first. That are like jazz standards. It's weird. Not this one. Linda Ronstadt, Mad Love. If I was going to make any assumptions, it's probably going to be 80s kind of new wave inspired pop, just based on the look. And from there, we're going to get into Linda Ronstadt with the Nelson Riddle and his orchestra Lush Life, which I think comes after the one we get to. You can tell especially what it's inspired by when we're looking at the back there. Got the, is that a dashing dog? Ooh, is there something right? Oh, this opens. This cover opens. Oh, it's taped down. I'm learning. That's cool. Oh, that's not the album I was talking about. Switch it. There's still so much more. Same thing again. I think this is the one that came first. Linda Ronstadt and the Nelson Riddle Orchestra. What's new? That's I do like the look and the aesthetic for the bright and vibrant purple. And it's pretty cool. And then the last Linda Ronstadt, I'm like, I don't know how many albums she has, but I have to feel like I've got a good chunk of change of them now. Living in the USA. If there was a look that I wish I could pull off, it would be this, especially with those roller skates. If this was me looking for an accident, that would be it. Exactly. Next up, I think I got a couple of her albums in here too. Carly Simon. This is another Passenger. Show off the back. Same thing, Carly Simon. I don't know what the hits are. What are the hits? What are the good albums? You gotta help me, guys. But again, these were the artists I've heard of, but I wanted to check out more, and it's kind of like, yeah, I gotta do that. Carly Simon, Hello Big Man, or Hello Big Man, or Hello Big. I don't know. I haven't listened to music yet. I don't know how I should be interpreting Hello Big Man. But they have a dog, so that's good. Is that the titular big man? I don't know. Could be. Is it a concept album about this big man and his dog? I hope so. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. Tons of great tunes. But I think it's really important that you know that both Uptown Girl and The Longest Time around, specifically The Longest Time. I could end this right now. I won't. There's more records, but Longest Time. That's one of the best songs ever. War, Greatest Hits. Front and the back are the same. Following up with War, the Music Band 2. War, the Music Band 2. I like the back. Got a little embossed thing going on. This one I was pretty pumped to find. I mean, I can tell I'm getting a sizable chunk of this discography and the associated acts around it. But we've got If I Could Only Remember My Name by David Crosby, which I mean, it's more than just David Crosby on here. I opened up the gatefold, which I'll try and do here without spilling a bunch of vinyl. And you've got, Greg Rowley, Joni Mitchell, Robert Hammer, David Geffen, David Crosby, Elliot Roberts, Robert Stone, Jerry Garcia, Michael Shreve, Paul Kantner, Phil Lesh, like all these names all appearing on here. That's just cool, and I'm here for it. And I listened to the first track. It was great. Gonna do more. We're not done. Linda Ronstadt, Greatest Hits. Okay, so here are the tracks that I should be aware of. They're not on the back. Versus. There you go. That's a cool picture. I like that back there. Very evocative. So now I do know what to look out for. We got the greatest hits. Next up, you don't know this. Some people know. I've been on a real yacht rock kick lately. It's summertime. performing like a yacht rock themed comedy show at the end of June. So I already had Silk Degrees by Boz Scaggs, arguably kind of the yacht rock album by him that you need. But now I got some more. I've got these all are pre silver threads. What's it say? Silk threads. But here we go. And these are out of order. I know that for a fact. But I've got Boz Scaggs, My Time. Nothing on the back, just the track listing there. Seems like wasted real estate for another cool shot. Boz Scaggs Moments. This album art, whew, I love it. Look at that. And if you want to see a cool band, look no further than these gentlemen here. Cool. Next up, Boz Scaggs Slow Dancer. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for Boz Scaggs. There we go on the back. Next is an artist. I don't know where I've heard her name before. It must have been like on a compilation or a movie or a playlist. I've heard this name before. And so there was one, there may have been more records, but there's one record in the collection by this artist, Emmylou Harris, Roses in the Snow. And it just sounded really familiar. And I could tell by kind of looking at it and looking at the track listing on the back, it's going to be, you know, folk inspired because we have a lot of, you know, traditional arrangements, Wayfaring Stranger, Green Pastures, things like that. And then we have, you know, The Boxer, obviously written by Paul Simon. And then, you know, Miss the Mississippi by Bill Haley, like, and more traditional tracks. It's, I gave the first side a spin. It's, yeah, definitely kind of country folk, bit of bluegrass. That's good picking. It's fun. I like it a lot. I still don't know. How did I find it out? Like, why did that name ring a bell? Next up is 4 albums by, if you ever watch Glenn Kelway from the Basement, great YouTuber on here, check him out. He talks a lot about Ry Cooder as a great musician. So there were 4 albums by Ry Cooder in this collection, and I was like, yeah, I'll grab that. So this one is Chicken Skin Review, Showtime by Ry Cooder, I believe a live album, from what I can tell. There we go. Following that is a soundtrack to The Long Riders. I actually watched a trailer for that. Looks like an appropriate flick for this kind of music. And the last 2, Into the Purple Valley. I like the album art here. You got the rain, sunshine on the back. But what does it mean? I don't know yet. I can't tell you. And then the next one, I really like the name of this, Paradise and Lunch. To some, maybe paradise is lunch. To some, maybe lunch is paradise. But to Ry Cooder, they are 2 separate nouns, paradise and lunch. So there you have it. There's more to come, I think, because if people weren't taking these records, I mean, for me, I just have to kind of rearrange my space to make sure I actually have appropriate storage for these and not just lay it out on the floor, especially like they are right now. These are the finds, and this time I know people say I want to hear from you in the comments, but actually genuinely I always do. But this time I really do. I really need your help. What do I do with these artists? That sounds ridiculous, but what do I do now? I need your help. So thanks everyone, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.